In this video, we're going to leave Pumpkin Key and cut through Angelfish Creek Inlet down to Rodriguez Key. It is a motor sail down, but we get some sailing in, and we learn a lot about Angelfish Creek and Rodriguez Key, which are both jumping points for going to the Bahamas. For us, we're just headed further south, so join us as we sail down and learn.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for.
This is pretty much in the middle of Angelfish Creek. As you can see, it's pretty wide in here, and the depths are about 10 to 12 foot. We went in just off of high tide, and we draft 5 foot. We came in from the Pumpkin Key side, heading out to Hawks Channel, which is the direction we're going. And on the Pumpkin Key side, on high tide or just prior to high tide, we had no issues with depth. Now we are staying in the middle of the channel and motoring through, and we have boat traffic going around us on both sides and never had any issues other than them rocking us. But it was a nice windy path through Angelfish Creek, and we would do it again without any hesitation as far as depth with our draft and the depth of the water. Now as you get out towards Hawks Channel, you do have to follow the buoy markers very carefully, and they're hard to see because some of them are missing and they're smaller markers. But there is some shoaling that is occurring. But again, we never encountered anything under 7 foot as we were going out. So depth wasn't an issue for us. This is where you come out of the, I guess, mangrove part of Angelfish Creek, and you have to start following the markers. And as you can see, they're not very visible, but they are there, and you just have to follow along with them. So you'll see us turn some to adjust to the markers. Here you're beginning to see the small buoys they have instead of the markers on a pole, which is where I guess they've replaced some as they've been damaged or missing or whatever. But instead of having markers on a pole, you have buoys that are floating in the water. As you see, the markers begin to get closer together, or the channel gets narrower through here. And again, you see some of the poles are broken and they're just buoys floating on the water. So, but it does get narrower here, and this is where some of the shoaling has occurred. So you want to stay, in the middle of the channel, or try to watch for the shoaling. Like I said, we were on high tide and we never saw anything less than 7 foot. Time to get some sails out. See if we can get our head sail out and get some sailing going south. Part of our learning, we didn't prep the mainsail because we didn't think we were going to have enough wind to sail with it. So now that we have the head sail out, we see we have enough wind, we've got to hook our halyard up to the mainsail so that we can raise it, which is what Dwight is trying to do, climb up while we're sailing to get it up, hooked up. First lesson of the day. He has given me some instructions on direction that he wants to point the boat, trying to point it into the wind with the head sail up so he can try to raise the main with the head sail up. I can tell you this did not work. So shortly after this, we had to get the head sail in. So now that it's in, he's trying to get our main up. And as you can see, we didn't get the head sail wrapped very well. It's just roughly put up. Now what he is fighting is our reefing lines. That red and green line are our reefing lines. Again, we didn't know we were putting the mainsail up. So they are tied. And so as he's trying to raise, the reefing lines are holding him. This would be lesson 2 of the day. Always prepare to sail your boat, if it's a sailboat. Regardless if our reefing lines are tight or not, they give us trouble putting our head sail up, our mainsail up. They are, I don't know, they get caught in a little catch that's they're locking, and he has to constantly keep unlocking it. He's telling me to turn into the wind more. Now you can see he figured out they're tied around the winch, and he's getting them untied and untangled. I believe the main is up. Turning the boat out.
Turn it out.
So after getting the mainsail up, we pulled the head sail back out, and we are sailing.
It has been a while. We don't have a lot of wind, but we have both sails up. We don't have much wind. Like 6 knots maybe. So our mainsail is not going out. It's on a tail end. We're in Hawks Channel, headed to Rodriguez Key. Slowly but surely, about 4 knots. So, we have really no wind. But the water is gorgeous.
I was going to show you, this showed 0.0. Granted, we were just at 1.5. We're coming back up, but we got the calms for a minute. Not that we have a whole lot of wind anyway, so.
Really pretty, isn't it? Your sails have a little air. We've got a great big powerboat coming at us, and he is pushing water. You can go down our starboard side. You've learned they don't care. Look at how much water he's throwing. Yeah, my AIS alarm is going on. Sitting in the cockpit on autopilot, cruising at 5.3 mile per hour or 4.5 knots. We have 5.5 knots of wind just off a beam, so not much. And just taking our time slowly down through here. Caught some wind. We've put our engine into neutral and throttled back. We're back to 8 knots, but we got up to 13 knots of wind and heeled over. So we're waiting to see if it comes back so we can shut the engines off and sail. Anybody have this issue with their navionics? It doesn't track us on our tablet, like it loses its GPS position. So we just sit still and then it comes back. It's driving us nuts. But we have wind in our sail. Both of them. Mainsail's down. We have the head sail furled way in. Not because of wind, just we're getting close to where we're going, which is Rodriguez Key, to the right. And all that white, I don't know if you can see it off in the distance, is at one of the snorkel reach spots, and it's all snorkel boats out there. We're going to go to the far side of Rodriguez Key, because the north wind is supposed to come in on it. And you go to the south side of the island and find us a spot to anchor. We have crab pots again. This is the south side of Rodriguez Key. Another sailboat coming in with us. Anchor set. We are in about 10 foot, 11 foot of water. The water is so clear you can see the bottom and the chain. This is Rodriguez Key. That one out there is Tavernier Key. We have one other sailboat with us.
You can anchor on either side of Rodriguez Key, but like I said, we anchored on the south side due to the winds coming in. We're having to be way offshore because it is shallow on the south side out so far, so we safely anchored outside the shallows. Thank you for watching. Music by Epidemic Sound. Video edited with Wondershare Filmora Pro. And be sure to like, subscribe, and get notified about our YouTube channel. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. See you soon.